Aloha! This is lesson 25 from A Course in Miracles with Hope Johnson. I do not know what anything is for. Purpose is meaning. Today's idea explains why nothing you see means anything. You do not know what it is for. Therefore, it is meaningless to you. Everything is for your own best interest. That is what it is for. That is its purpose. That is what it means. It is in recognizing this that your goals become unified. It is in recognizing this that what you see is given meaning. You perceive the world and everything in it as meaningful in terms of ego goals. These goals have nothing to do with your own best interests, because the ego is not you. The false identification makes you incapable of understanding what anything is for. As a result, you are bound to misuse it. When you believe this, you will try to withdraw the goals you have assigned to the world, instead of attempting to reinforce them. Another way of describing the goals you now perceive is to say that they are all concerned with, quote, personal interests. Since you have no personal interests, your goals are really concerned with nothing. In cherishing them, therefore, you have no goals at all, and thus you do not know what anything is for. Before you can make any sense out of the exercises for today, one more thought is necessary. At the most superficial levels, you do recognize purpose. Yet purpose cannot be understood at these levels. For example, you do understand that a telephone is for the purpose of talking to someone who is not physically in your immediate vicinity. What you do not understand is what you want to reach him for. And it is this that makes your contact with him meaningful or not. It is crucial to your learning to be willing to give up the goals you have established for everything. The recognition that they are meaningless rather than good or bad is the only way to accomplish this. The idea for today is a step in this direction. 6 practice periods, each of 2 minutes duration, are required. Each practice period should begin with a slow repetition of the idea for today, followed by looking about you and letting your glance rest on whatever happens to catch your eye, near or far, important or unimportant, human or non-human. With your eyes resting on each subject you so select, say, for example, I do not know what this chair is for. I do not know what this pencil is for. I do not know what this hand is for. Say this quite slowly, without shifting your eyes from the subject until you have completed the statement about it. Then move on to the next subject and apply today's idea as before. I do not know what anything is for. Okay, so this is a fun practice. 6 times in a day, you'd spend 2 minutes looking at things and going, I do not know what this, whatever it is for. And, from my perspective, if you're doing this right, you're going to be laughing. Because you gave this purpose to all these different things. Bodies, you're starting out right now taking everything into consideration, which is awesome because it's all the same. It all has the same purpose. All has your best interests in mind, and your best interests all have to do with salvation. So it's everything that has to do with salvation. That's your best interest. forgiveness, allowing love to flow, right? The atonement, basically correction of your separate thoughts. So these are all your best interests. And right now, especially if you're just starting A Course in Miracles, you probably don't realize that everything is for your best interest. Or you may have an intellectual understanding that everything is for your best interest. And, the ego will always go, well, you know it, so just go on with your life. But here's the thing. You may conceptually agree that everything is for your best interest. But if you're reacting, if you're getting any reaction, any triggers, that's showing you that you don't actually know that everything is for your best interest. Otherwise, you wouldn't be getting a trigger, right? If you already knew that, if you already knew everything was for your best interest, you wouldn't perceive a body actually. So whenever you get a trigger, that's how you're made aware. Oops, I thought that this thing had a different meaning besides God's meaning. I thought it had another meaning. That's why you're triggered about it. You feel upset at a person. You thought that body had a different meaning. You get upset because your vacuum broke. You thought your vacuum had a different meaning.
It all comes down to the mental construct that we prison ourselves
right.
with.
That's it. I mean, still, like a vacuum cleaner is for, vacuuming your house from the ego's perspective. That's fine. There's no problem with that. That the vacuum is for that from the ego's perspective. It's just that it's meaningless. That's a meaningless perception. Let the meaningless play out. The vacuuming occurs. It's meaningless. It plays out. You don't have to resist the meaningless. It's just a different way of seeing. So you start to feel really uplifted and with purpose. Like everything has purpose now because of what it's really for.
Your salvation.
Mm-hmm.
And then extending love to your brothers.
Right, and this is all salvation. Like you could put all this in the bucket of salvation. The atonement, which is, remember, correction of your separation from God, and forgiveness, extending love, happiness, peace. Yes, those are all your best interests, and that you could say they're all in the same bucket as salvation.
Mm-hmm.
So this is for learning that everything is being done for you. The whole world is coming up just for you, and you can smile and be glad about that, and also be super relaxed about it, because there's nothing here that can harm you.
Smile through all the so-called adversities of life.
Right. This lesson just made me smile so much, because I really thought I knew what everything, a lot of things were for in the world, the people around me, everything like that. And I was suffering so much, and it's got to this lesson, and it's like, oh my goodness, it's all for me, and I'm over here suffering about it.
Tripped up on all the mental constructs
that
we made for everything.
Yeah, and it's just such a blessing now to know how loved I am, because I've been through these practices. I've been through the suffering that I set up with these practices. Just taking whatever it is I'm perceiving over to the truth, which was my lesson for the day. These are very powerful lessons. They'll transform your mind. They'll change the way you see the world, and that'll change your behavior, of course.
Because you get out of the mental constructs that are restricting your actual freedom to love the brothers and sisters in the world.
That's right. Believing that we have free will in the world makes us insane. We do not have free will in the world. Our free will is only between love and fear. In the world, all the choices are actually choiceless. No one's even making those choices. But believing that those things are meaningful, and thinking that we know what they're for, when we're with ego goals, brings on suffering.
Get free.
Yay!
Get
Hooray! A hooey ho! We love you.